It's always a frustrating feeling being ignored. So if you're always asking, "Why do people ignore me?" it's time to look at some valid answers for this. If anyone knows what it feels like to be ignored, they definitely avoid making someone feel that way. But for now, if you're wondering why people ignore you, it's time to figure it out. We're not saying it's your fault, but maybe there's a behavior you can change to make people approach you or stick around. And if you work on yourself and they're still ignoring you, screw them. Let's look into the top 10 reasons why people ignoring you. The first reason is, you don't listen to other people. Perhaps your friends told you that you're not a good listener, yet, you continue to not listen. For many people, it's extremely annoying to talk to someone who's only interested in talking about themselves. So observe yourself whenever you're talking with a friend. Does the conversation tend to steer towards you than them? If this is the case, it's time to work on your listening skills. This is very important in building friendships and relationships, and it also may be why you keep asking, "Why do people ignore me?" The second reason is, you're too needy. People want to hang around others who aren't going to hold on to them like a 10-pound weight. It's not fun to hang out with someone who needs constant help. When you're needy, this easily becomes suffocating for other people. It puts a lot of pressure on the friendship, since it can be high maintenance to stay friends with someone so needy. It's okay to be needy seldomly, but if it's all the time, it's exhausting for others to keep up with you. Back off a bit, and give the people around you some breathing room. The third one is, it's never your fault. You have an excuse for everything, even when it's clearly your turn to apologize. We get it, saying sorry isn't easy when you have a big ego. But apologizing isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of maturity. So if you're wondering, "Why do people ignore me?" ask yourself if you've ever apologized when you were in the wrong. Your pride and ego aren't going to get you anywhere. In fact, they ruin friendships more than you expect. So you need to learn to apologize if you want people to stop ignoring you. The fourth one is, you're dishonest. People want to hang around others who are honest and truthful. They don't want to spend their time with someone who lies and makes them think twice with every word they say. So if you're honest, you generally keep a lot of friends by your side. If you are dishonest to anyone, they won't be able to trust a single word you say. You don't have to lie about something just to make yourself look better, or to put someone down. And most importantly, lying and getting caught only makes people want to avoid you. The fifth one is, you're criticizing others too much. Criticism is good, and to a point, people need to hear it. But you also need to give compliments. If you're focusing only on criticism and harsh words, you're not going to have too many friends left. Friendship is a perfect balance of both criticism and support. So while you can give your honest opinion on something, also compliment them from time to time. Otherwise, all you're coming off as is hateful and judgmental. Sometimes, people don't want to be told what they're doing isn't a good idea. The sixth one is, it's not you, it's them. There are some cases where you're not doing anything wrong. In fact, the people who are ignoring you are jealous or bitter over your achievements. So, they want to bring you down the only way they can. This is one of the scenarios where it's definitely not you who's in the wrong, but it's them. Cut them loose. You don't need them. Better yet, find better friends who will support your dreams and accomplishments in life. The seventh one is, you're flaky. You made plans with someone weeks ago, but when the day of the event comes, you bail on them. See, people don't like that. And if you do it long enough, they start moving away from you. It's acceptable to be like this, if you really had an emergency or something came up, and you make the effort to make it up to them. But do it long enough or too often, and people start to take this against you and see you for who you truly are, an unreliable user who has no integrity. People want friends who are reliable when plans were made, so this is important so people don't ignore you. The eighth one is, you never take anything seriously. If you keep wondering, "Why do people ignore me?" assess and reflect whether you take important matters seriously. Yes, life is hard and you should laugh from time to time. But when you never take matters seriously, like when a friend opens up to you or comes to you for advice, that's probably why they ignore you. If you always make jokes out of everything, people will only come to you for laughs, but never for important matters. Or worse, they might ignore you altogether. The ninth one is, you're selfish. This one is a little bit of a problem. You only want to do what you want to do when you're out with friends. If you don't get your way, there's a bit of a temper tantrum thrown around. So if you're wondering, why do people ignore me, maybe it's because of your selfishness. You can't always have things your way, so you need to compromise and meet others halfway. Whether it's coming up with plans or apologizing, things can't go your way all the time. Otherwise, your friends really are going to ignore you. The last reason is, you're rude. Not everyone wants to defend you in a fight that you started with your bad behavior. If you're not polite when out in public and shaming people, you're not going to have too many friends. Being rude won't get you any friends and you'll end up pushing away the friends you do have in your life. If you keep asking yourself, why do people ignore me, this could be the reason. Especially if you constantly start drama and gossip around you, that's not a friend people want to keep around. There are several reasons why people may ignore you, and it's not always because of something you did. It could be your fault, but it can also be theirs. If you resonate with a few of these, it could be time to make some changes to get people to notice you again. Thinking to yourself, why do people ignore me? It is not a nice thought to go to bed with. However, you can always do something about this. Either find new friends or change a few traits of yours.